Right, hello, I'm Debs. This is Debs with this. Welcome. This is my August makes vlog. So it's been a while, sorry, and I need to get back on track. So for what I thought I'd do is to do August makes today. I have got my 10 favourite summer outfits being formulated as we speak. I have got September plans, which are obviously today is the 12th of September, so we're getting on with September plans. And then I have my brain is starting to percolate through my autumn wardrobe as well. So I hope within that little medley there's something that might interest you. And if there is, please do the subscribe thing. And if you enjoy the content today, please do the like thing. Because I haven't been regular with my posting, YouTube is not very happy with me. So it's not showing my videos to anybody. So anything that you could do to help with that would be most gratefully received. Thank you. Right, so today I have 2 sets, a swimming costume, another garment, and a couple of gifts, I think. Something like that. Anyway, so we're just going to crack on because there's quite a lot to do. So the first are both the sets of Friday Pattern Company, and I have made both the top and the bottom to the Saguaro and the Saturday skirt set, but I haven't made them to go together. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So this gingham number on the mannequin is mine. This is a Saturday skirt set top, which has long sleeves with elasticated doodahs, a kind of non-stand collar, so relaxed flat collar, and a wrap. And what goes with it normally is the skirt, but actually I made the skirt in the other set. And what I did to go with these is, well, go with them. I haven't actually worn these together because the British summer has not cooperated with my plans. And by the time these were sewn up, we had had the sunshine that we were going to have until this week when it's become sunny again. So this is what I made as the other part of the set, which is the Saguaro pants. So they are just relaxed fit, elastic waistband with a drawstring. I have added a little turn up on mine, and I've only worn these. I've worn these basically to put on with a cami when I've been doing things in the house in the morning. I haven't worn them outside of the house, although they're fine. So I had made the Saguaro before, but again only a shorts version. And I hadn't made this. It was the first time I'd made this Saturday set. Some thoughts about this. So the fabric is a cotton gingham check. Not sure where that came from. I've probably had it a couple of years. Really nice, handled very nicely, sewed up very nicely. I am, if you've watched this channel before, you know I'm really short-waisted. I normally have to take at least 2 centimeters off a bodice pattern for every single item that I made. So when it was coming to this, I was like, is this going to be too long for me? But I measured the bodice pieces. So I measured from the shoulder seam to the waist seam as was going to be, and made sure that that looked like it was going to be okay, and it did. So I just made that as it was. I didn't make any alterations to it. Now this fits, I should put in a picture of me wearing it. It fits kind of in an interesting way, I think. I feel like there's just not quite enough crossover on this wrap. If you've made this, can you let me know what you think? So this actually is my narrowest part. So you'd think if it was going to be anything, I would have like too much crossover. So, I mean, it looks fine. And I wore it to go out in Edinburgh with my jeans and a vest top, I think, underneath, fairly warm day. And it was fine. I am going to, though, make the elastic a little bit wider, just because when I pull it right up, as I have a kind of tendency to do, it's a bit tight when it's above my elbow. It feels fine at my wrist and kind of in my forearm, but as soon as it gets above my elbow, it feels a little bit tight. So, I mean, I could refrain from pushing it up, but, the clothes are meant to suit what we do with our life, aren't they? And this doesn't quite at the moment. So this is not quite a hit for me, and I'm still kind of trying to examine what I think it might be. I'm not kind of running to make another one, and I thought I probably would be. Now it might be the fabric. It might be that I should have made it in a viscose, and then I would be like popping it on over the top as a layer at this time of year. I might still do that, but I'm not kind of feeling feeling the urge at the moment. I love the trousers. The trousers are fine, as I was expecting. I just wish I'd had enough to be able to make kind of a full length set. But one of these days I will make a long saguaro set. Set number 2 is the other half. So I have the saguaro top and the Saturday skirt set bottom. Sorry, I should have said both these patterns are by the Friday Pattern Company. They come in their normal good range of sizes. And I'll put the links down below, so if you want to go and read more about them, you can. As always, everything that I talk about, I put a link down below. And if I forget something, just ping me a message and just ask me, or put it in the comments. So this is not for me. This is for my daughter, the middle-sized one, who is 13, and so is made to her specifications. And this is what she wants. Excuse me if it's slightly mucky. This is a watermelon viscose fabric on a black background, which came from Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn, but they sold out. But I have just seen it come in at So UK, which is Katie. She's based up near us in Thirsk, and she's got this at, I think it's about £9 a metre, something like that. And it was a really nice fabric. It was lovely to work with. I did use my homemade spray starch on it just when I was cutting out, and that seemed to be fine. So saguaro set top, which has got that grown on sleeve and a deep waistband and ties at the waist. And I think I lengthened this just slightly when I did like a tissue fit on her, and it was slightly short, far too short for her taste, so we lengthened it very slightly. And then the Saturday skirt set skirt, which I should talk about in a minute. This sewed up beautifully. She's worn it. She's worn the top lots, and she's worn the outfit together a couple of times as well. And she says it's very cool to wear, and she likes it. So there you go. Praise indeed. Next one I'm going to show you. I'm not going to put on the mannequin because it's trousers. These were a pair of True Bias Hudson pants. So I had not made this pattern before. I hadn't bought this pattern before, but my nephew, who is, I think he's 20. I can't believe I can't remember how old he is. Sorry, Jack. He's very tall, so he's like 6'5", I think, and so he really struggles to get jogging bottoms that fit him. So when we were talking about it at Christmas one time, I said, well, I could make him a pair of jogging bottoms, and then he can have them the right length. And he was very, very excited by that as an idea. So that's what I did for his birthday. I'm not sure whether it is a good birthday present or not, but he seemed really pleased. So I'm hoping it was a good birthday present. So they've obviously been sent off to him. I got my brother to measure his inside leg to make sure that I had enough depth. And I added, that pattern has a 1 inch kind of drop crotch, I think, or 1.5 inch drop crotch, something like that. So I kind of just added a little bit more, and I think I added 3.5 inches or 4 inches to the standard leg. So that's how leggy he is. He's all legs. And he's really pleased. So that's really good. The fabric that I used is the same as this pair of shorts, which was made for my youngest, and it came from Northern Monkey Makes. Now, I haven't used them before. I was delighted with everything that I've had from them so far. So I had some, oh, there's another make. I'll go and get that in a bit. I was just remembering. So there's some pink jersey and a ribbon that matches, and it matched really nicely. You know, sometimes it's difficult to get the ribbon and the fabric the same. And I had Jack's pair of these has got ribbon at the waist, but I did use the same fabric, I think, for the cuffs. And this is a loop back French terry, and it's just lovely. It's a really nice weight. It's just like so nice to wear, so lovely. So I shall definitely be buying from them again. And so if you're in the UK, I heartily recommend them, not endorsed or PR'd or any of that in any way. But yes, just a recommendation from me. And I shall definitely be buying their jersey ribbon bundles again. So I think they did made a True Bias Zoey. I'll insert a picture here. I'm trying to think where it is, and I don't know where it is. But I'll put a picture in here. And so that was made in their pink with pink binding. Now I did my normal hack, which is to add a shelf bra to that. So that meant that's been really useful, and I've worn it under all sorts of, mostly my white linen shirt and other bits and pieces over the course of the summer, and that's been very useful. So they're my youngest's shorts, which he omitted to pack when we were going away, so he didn't wear them on holiday, but he has worn them since we got back, so we'll go with that. Oh, he's got a label too, hang on. He's got another Kylie in the machine, which is "You're a Good Egg." Did you do that? Did you do the advent calendar? I don't know, I felt so naughty. It felt really decadent last year to do an advent calendar. I know there's all sorts of sewn ones. Is that something that you do? I've never done like the proper ones that have proper presents in them. But I have done this. Did 2 years in succession, did the labels, and I've still got plenty of labels, so I'm not sure I'm going to be doing it again this year, but it is nice to have like something to open, isn't it? Anyway, let me know, do you do an advent calendar, and if you do, which one did you do and what did you think about it? Next is a swimming costume. So this is the first swimming costume that I made from Edgewater Avenue. So these are a US company, and every Friday, if you sign up for their email, they send you a $5 Friday pattern. So that's under £5 for the pattern. And so this is one of them. This is called the Edgewater. Next is a swimming costume. I've shortened the body by just by a centimetre when I kind of had measured the pattern pieces. I have lined it in self fabric because it said that that was an option, and it has these ties that come. You could tie either at the front or the back, and it has a square neck. I shall put a picture in of me wearing this. I'm pleased with this. This is good. Changes that I would make next time I would line it just in my normal either swimwear lining or power mesh rather than another layer of this. I made this the night before we went on holiday. Having said that, I wasn't going to do that. I kind of started it with the feeling that if it didn't get finished, it didn't really matter. I sewed it with Maraflex thread, which made it super easy. If you have not sewn swimwear with Maraflex or activewear with Maraflex, I would hugely recommend it. It definitely can cope with everything that I fling at it. And I am not gentle with my clothes. Look, there's a thread there as well. I shouldn't show you, but there's a thread there as well. I've obviously not been very careful at trimming my threads. I do apologise. Anyway, so yes, I'm really pleased with that. The fabric came from Jem at Bobbins and Bolts. She doesn't have a physical shop anymore, but she does have it online. If she's still got some of this left, I will link it down below. Now, apologies for the state of these. I've just dug them out of my wardrobe, but they are looking very linen-y at the moment. These are my first pair of Burnside bibs. I have never made Burnsides before. I've made these in a linen twill that came from Fabworks Mill, which was, I spoke about in one of my fabric hauls. I think it was slightly lighter weight. You can see kind of the drape there. So it was lighter weight than I was expecting because it's a linen cotton blend. But actually for these, it's worked really well. I have used some Macawa chrysanthemum print, which is just such a lovely print, for the bib lining, and they have a Kylie not for sale label. I made version 1 or A or whatever it is that's got the invisible zip. I was looking to see how invisible it was, but it is quite invisible. And they have you thread the ties through the back and then tie them, but obviously because it's got the invisible zip and dart, this has got less bulk at the back than the other version, which doesn't have the invisible zip, but you kind of wriggle into. There are no fastenings at the front. They're just these thin straps that go around and cross at the back. There is another pocket option, but I made the standard pocket option. You can see that they're a really nice shape, and then I have patch pockets on the back as well. I don't know what else there is to say about this. I really like these. They've literally not been off my body. I've been wearing them mostly either with a vest or a t-shirt for most of the summer, and just been putting my pumps. I have like high top white pumps that came from Clarks's. That's a leather, and so they've been worn when the weather's not been so good, as opposed to my sandals for the rest of the time. So yes, they are very much a success. And I shall probably make another pair of those. I might make a needle cord pair, but I kind of might just have to see how the bulk is at the back, because I have quite a big difference. So my waist is normally about a 32, 33, and my hips are about a 41, 41 and a half. So there's quite a big, I kind of go in at my waist a bit, and not as much as I used to do a long time ago, obviously, but there's quite a big gap. So that means anything that kind of ties around the waist and then is fitted over the hips kind of has got that potential for that fabric to get gathered up. So I was a bit anxious about it. I know Teresa from Lost My Thread is making a pair, and she has a similar ratio, I think, between waist and hip. So I'll be interested to see how hers turn out as well, because I think her fabric is slightly heavier than this. The next is one of two. I could only find one. Weiland tanks by LB Textiles. I really like this pattern. Really like this pattern. Now this was one of the Chris Wood Sews patterns I made with it, and I didn't get on with it at all. It had got a straight across neck and a drop shoulder, and I really don't do well with a drop shoulder because I've got such broad shoulders anyway. If I can find a picture, I'll stick it in, but the fabric was lovely. It's like a modal jersey. I think it's got loads of droop and swish, and it's kind of like a blue belly colour, hyacinth maybe more accurate, like, so yeah, slight purple tint to it, but really nice. So this is a version with a V. I've done a V at the front and a round at the back. You can kind of choose your own adventure. And this one, that I put elastic in the thing, I don't know whether I did or not. And she advises that you put elastic in the arms eye and the neck, and sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I made a teal coloured bamboo one, and I did with that one, and it definitely, the arms keep their shape much better if there's clear elastic in it. So if you're making them, don't do what I do and skip that step. Actually do the elastic, because the one that I made with it in definitely works. I think I've made 3 or 4 of these in the last couple of months. I'm wearing one underneath today's blouse. Oh, before I forget, today's blouse is the Stitch Kosice. I don't know if that's how you say that. They're places, aren't they? So I could have looked that up, sorry. Anyway, Kosice, and it's a blouse and dress, but I just made the blouse version. This is my toile that I've made in a white cotton voile, don't know, voile I say, but I might have got that wrong. And you can't see, but I've got it on with some very bonkers Arthur pants today. But anyway, so that was a Weiland tank, which was a refashion, and the other one was made like fresh from a teal bamboo jersey. I don't think I've got a picture of that either, which is not very helpful, is it? So the other thing I did with the tank, I think this might be the last one. Ooh, this might be the last one. So this was a refashion. So this is another one of my favourite tanks. This is the Blomma tank, and I've made this in a French terry, and I added a white cotton shelf bra in it. I really like the Blomma tank. It's a Paradise Patterns pattern. I think it was free, and it's got a bust dart in it, which is one of the reasons I like it. I just think it fits really nicely. I wasn't reaching for this, and then I worked out that actually it was because the neckline was too high, and so I was feeling like it was kind of cutting in a bit. So I worked out how much to drop it. Fortunately, I had enough in my scraps bin to recut a new neckband, and I just cut kind of by eye. I drew it on with a friction pen, and then just cut with my scissors round the neckline and the line. I top stitched it, I sewed the new band on, and then I just worked it out by like 80% of the total circumference. So I measured round and then divided it by 100 and times by 80 to get 80%. I'm sure you all know how to do that. And then I top stitched the neckband, so it looks good, and I did that at the start of August, and it's already been worn an awful lot more. Right, I think that's everything. So I think I did all right. I did quite a productive August, considering that we were away for 2 weeks, and nearly everything that has been made has been worn tons, apart from those shorts, and that was because the weather refused to cooperate. I probably would have worn the set quite a lot had the weather cooperated. And I'm pleased that the things that I've made for other people seem to have got a good reception too. So let me know down below, what was your favourite thing that you made or wore in August? And of my things, which are your faves? Any questions about anything that I've made, give me a shout. Yeah, I think that's me. So I hope wherever you are in the world, you are finding time to rest and replenish and do some making, if that's something that brings you joy. And I shall see you again soon. Bye-bye and God bless.